Good morning, Jackie.
And good morning, Nadine. How are you this beautiful morning?
Oh, the birds are singing. It's really such a beautiful morning. I enjoy every minute.
Well, I wanted to share with all our listeners and all our readers and everybody that I have a beautiful affirmation that we are living by, and it is by Gay Hendricks, the book The Big Leap. And I just feel that, the more we say this mantra, he calls it his mantra, the more we're able to expand. So it starts with, I expand with abundance, love, and success every day. And I inspire others to do the same.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Nadine, it just
Wow.
such a warm feeling. And when you know it's true, when you believe it's true, when you feel it, not only in your head, in your heart, but in your whole body, it makes such a difference. So just think about expanding. Every day, just make that little bit one step forward. It doesn't need to be a quantum leap. Quantum leaps happen because of baby steps.
Exactly. Yes, that's also the overnight success. It's just people didn't listen or look what they did all the other nights. Yes,
Repeat again. I expand in abundance, love, and success every day. Beautiful.
beautiful. Beautiful. So let's expand this to prosperity. I expand in prosperity because today's theme is the DNA of prosperity. Because as the normal thing is that we want to see it in the physical world, and we have talked about this a lot. So let's see where it is between the thought and the physical manifestation of it, and that's what calls the metaphysics, metaphor in between. So let's read on.
Let's read on. So I've got it that we all the substance of the universe, or is it the next paragraph down?
It's on page 99. Wherefore I put thee.
Okay, right. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in thee. One of the quickest ways to stimulate the flow of prosperity is to speed up your vibrations. And that happens with mantras, with what you feed your thoughts, which create your feelings, which then create your behaviors, right? Lift up your heart, lift up your consciousness. Stop looking for your prosperity to come through a business, job, position, or profession. Realize that it comes through dwelling in a rich consciousness, your thoughts. Prosperity is. Your part is to accept it in mind and to say, thank you, God, for it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, world, whatever you want to use.
Exactly. And I told you yesterday when we read the chapter of, what was it, acceptance in the power of awareness. So it's about how much do you put attention to this thought of prosperity, right? So that's why, like, there is, like, always when you retake inventory, I just gave myself now the command that I do not touch my phone in the morning hours as much as I did before, or let's say at all, just to check the messages, not to check Facebook and YouTube and all the other things, because I feel that at this stage, my prosperity, my vibes, vibrations, my prosperity thoughts are in a higher vibration if I don't go there.
Yeah.
Then there is no problems, then there is the birds singing. That's what I hear. So in what kind of reality do I want to live? And it doesn't mean that the other reality doesn't exist. Of course I know they exist, but I decide what time do I give them. And I took some time over, like, after lunch, that's my time to catch up with the news and everything else. But that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a half an hour, 30 minutes, which is down to, let's say it was 1 hour or even more recently. And when I was this super political person in my 20s, so it was like all day I was like, here we have to save the world, and there we have to save the world, and here I have to do this, and here I have to do that. So I can do my share, and my share is it doesn't help when I also want to help all the, like, put out all the other fires. Let's put out my fires. And of course, not only to put out the fires, but to create prosperity. So where can I be a biggest contribution to prosperity? That's where I put my focus. And so that's this attention, and that's making a decision, or feeling where my vibration is the highest, and making a decision to just stay there and be there, and from there listen more.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So going on, but that is ridiculous, you say. I work for Dorsey, Dorsey, and Dorsey. So whatever organization you work for, you can blame them, you can blame your circumstances, but at the end of the day, all you're doing is arguing for your own limitations. All right. I am a paper hanger. I'm a lawyer. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a milkman. Whatever you do, I'm a plumber, I'm a teacher, and my work is my source of supply. Well, why are you putting all of your emphasis on your source of supply? It's not that. You are your source of supply. I depend upon the public through the school board for my income. But according to Jesus, your source of supply is God. And that is your thinking, your
consciousness. Exactly.
All the money in the world belongs to him. And he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Banks fail, corporations fail, jobs fail, professions fail, but God never fails. My friend, if your job were to play out tomorrow and you had an absolute realization of God as the only employer, you would quickly step into a better job than you had ever had before.
And I think from another angle, I just touched this before, is where can you make a contribution? Because that's the source of supply. That's God. Wherever you share your love, where you can make a contribution, where you can serve to the highest good, to the higher vibration, that's the consciousness, and therefore the source.
Well, I'm going to refer back to Gay Hendricks and his book, The Big Leap. It's operating in your zone of genius. You know,
yes.
Various different incompetence, competence, excellent, but he talks about your zone of genius. And if you can figure out what you do well, you will always be able to earn money from that. So it's about tapping into what am I good at? And where's my zone of genius? Where do I feel alive? What can I do to feel alive? And yes, what contribution would you make? And that is tapping into that consciousness.
Beautiful.
So often the trouble with beginners is metaphysical work, is that they try to demonstrate they're good while in a divided state of mind. All right, so that is exactly what I'm talking about. You're in your zone of competence and you're just bumbling along. They try to realize spiritual blessings in a consciousness that separates itself from God. Jesus stressed the importance of laborless activity or living by indirection. I can of mine own self do nothing, said he. And later he said, the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work. When we live in a conscious unity with God, the good begins to seek us. In order to get the sense of unity, the mind must be single. There are many references in the New Testament to the responsibility of man for clearing his mind of the belief of duality. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Asked Jesus.
And so that is very, very pointing to the fact that often we think, oh, prosperity is this and this and that. But then you go to work rather than to live your prosperity. So for myself, for my business, it's like, what is my prosperity? And that's the kind of work I do, right? So that is one mind. It's not, oh, here is prosperity, and then I go out and about to my profession. I have studied international relations. I have studied nonprofit organizations management, and I work as a mindset coach, right? So I don't have any academic degree in that. I live what I'm passionate about, where I find my prosperity, and I inspire others with exactly that kind of prosperity thinking.
You're so genius, right?
Exactly, yes. That is one mind, yeah.
All right, should we leave it there? We'll start with In the Parable next week. So
absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Jackie, so much. That was such a beautiful reminder too. find out what is prosperity, vibrate and go and vibrate at that level, not go back to your day job. Make your day job your prosperity. And that's how we manifest.
Well, thank you, everybody. And remember to reach out to either Nadine or myself if you are stuck, if you don't know where to go. It's a simple phone call. All you need to do is dial the number, send us an email, whatever way you can to reach us. Thank you.
Thank you.